Hi everybody. I really believe in the power of the individual. We don't get anything done unless we start from within. So our society, like the Western world, is so bent on success. We're so bent on all the concepts of success and what it means to really build your empire. But if you can imagine any of these buildings, anything standing tall without a foundation, it's not going to last. You get a wind going by, and these incredible lighthouses of the world fall over. That's not really how worlds grow. So in the United States, in last year, there were 48,000 suicides. And of that, a large percentage, around 70%, were white, middle-class people. There was also 70,000 drug overdoses. So we're not even talking like, well, if that was intentional, our numbers are pretty dang high. What happens when your happy friends don't ever share what's going on inside? I love to combine all of the techniques of the world to all of the ancient techniques that are now backed by science and give just small ways to actually work on what's going on inside. The negative internal dialogue, the complete disconnection from our body, I believe, is the absolute cause of this. The high-level attainment of how much do we need to grow, but first, where do we start from? We often look up into these buildings and we want that for ourselves, but if it's a black and white ice box of a world, that's never going to bring life satisfaction, in my opinion. So I would love to encourage you guys to actually stand up and take a little space. I believe it starts from connecting with your body. We can work on our brains all day long, but just start twisting out your wrists. And just notice, where is your breath? Where are you breathing from? Everybody's different. Some people breathe from their belly. Some people breathe from above their collarbones. It doesn't even get into their lungs. I don't know how that happens, but it does. Turn directions. Switch the directions of add your elbows. Where is your body today? What do you feel? It changes every day. So with Qigong, meditation, any type of movement art that gets you into yourself, you are ahead of the curve of people that decided not to be here anymore. Take your hands to your shoulders and just twist in your hips. And now notice, where's your breath? And as you notice that, can you encourage your breath a little bit lower in the lungs? Fill up maybe the back body. And ask yourself, in the day, at what point of my day could this help? Shake out your hands. And then exhale, just exhale everything into the earth. We love to work with metaphors. What if you were holding everything up? Lift your arms to either side, around you, inhale up. And help just relax, release, push everything down into the earth. Let your neck roll as you do this. Arms up again. Deep breath. Exhale into the earth. Now I love to combine modalities. Let's take our hands in front of us and just imagine that you're spinning, say, like a basketball. And in that basketball is everything that you want for your business. You got a big basketball. I like it. Sometimes I have a really little one. I just want this much. So what can I do to focus on that? And breathe into it. See if you can grow it. If there was an element, earth, air, water, or fire, that could help you, do you need more fire in your life? Do you need more water? The qualities of the elements can seriously help you. Imagine spinning those elements in with your vision for your business. Do you need to be more fluid? Do you need to be stronger? Do you need to have a little more vision, have a little more air in your life? Do you need to throw your ball to somebody else? I love to help people with that. My work has been in combining the ancient Chinese medicine, martial arts activities, and the Native American, the medicine wheel, earth, air, water, and fire, the modalities that have been, kick out your legs, you're all standing, keep moving in your body. What if you just took this few minutes to feel a little bit better? What if we combined all these ancient techniques and got science to back them up? Shake out your hips, shake out your back. That's right, even if you just do this today, it's a little bit better. Combine all these techniques backed by science and then seriously up-level your life. Feel free to sit down. So success, what is it, right? Where is your life satisfaction? What do you do to feel better when you're either stuck, you're just doing the grind, or you're really looking at a goal that you want so bad and you keep stopping yourself? There's an incredible body of work called Immunity to Change. I just learned about, I wanted to share it with you. Immunity to Change is about identifying your body's fail-safe, your mind's way of protecting yourself. So there's this old school concept of, the brain doesn't really expand much past adolescence. You set up your rhythm and then you run with it and you try to grow, but oftentimes people will compromise themselves. They'll set a goal and they won't get there. We have some great coaches that really help us through that. We have some great, medicine people that are able to identify ways to get around it. But what if you could get into your own mind and into your own body and identify the fail-safes, the things that are keeping you immune to the changes that actually will help you? So look it up, Immunity to Change. There's incredible resources online for Qigong. Qigong is a foundation of martial arts. It's the actual soft form and base for all of those amazing world-class fighters and leaders. What you have to do is start by identifying what your energy feels like, what your body feels like. How do you grow? How do you respond? So starting from within with Qigong, these simple movements, and then, you might see a lot of people in the park just like slowly gathering and moving their bodies to identify and track how does it feel when I focus on my goal and then move forward. When I hit a roadblock, what works for me to push through it? What works for you to grow your business if you've got, one of those old adolescent mentalities that you were never picked for soccer, or you were always picked first, so you think you're just always going to win. All of these things in our minds, they lodge in our bodies. The more you can take your breath into your body, and the more you can identify what's holding you back, not just mentally, but physically, the more possibility you will have to seriously grow. So we have all of these amazing large pictures, but when you get into the real beautiful details, the real intrinsic qualities that help you harness your genius, what kind of detail do you need to really look under the surface, to really see, well, if success looks like that, where do I need to build my foundation? What happened to my foundation when it was built? Maybe I wasn't paying attention. I know I wasn't. I was a kid that, was rough and tumble the wrong way. And then how do you really find the reef that might sink your ship? How do you find that, vista that you're going for step by step? I really believe it begins inside the body. It begins with figuring out how to feel better, a little bit at a time. And first off, in the Western world, we don't focus on how we feel. So if you don't even know how you feel, physically, emotionally, mentally, all connected, then you're not going to be able to progress with any of your goals. You've got to tune in to what's really happening. Are you swimming and you're exhausted? Are you in a career that might have sounded good, Or are you helping people that are trying to get somewhere, but, you know, maybe they're just treading water. Maybe they're about to drown. Look around. I really love this world. I really believe in every individual. And I started this presentation out by saying, there's a lot of people in trouble that are never going to tell you that they're in trouble. And it might be someone in this room. And we would never know that. I grew up watching Robin Williams films. And I never knew that he struggled so much that he decided to quit. You know, I don't have anything against people's choices, but I want to help people who are here now. And I really believe that it's possible. Like, I put on a series last month. You can look up YouTube channel Mara Jackson, Qigong Lunch. They're 30-minute classes that are mostly upper body focused to just help you feel better in your body. Start there, reach out for help. There are incredible people all around that want to help us with every aspect of our lives. So I would say, this is a great quote by Brene Brown, owning our story and loving ourselves through that process is the bravest thing we'll ever do. My business is called Inner Foundations. I really believe that every individual has an incredible strength within them, and we all need support to get there. So I'd love to open it up to questions. I just have a few minutes left. Thanks for...
That was a great presentation.
Yeah.
And I've never looked this up. I'm sure the answer is available if I were to, but since you're here and you're into Qigong, and this was a while ago in China when I was there, Qigong was illegal and it was only like a black market underground, and I'm wondering why that practice was.
Yeah, I right now I'm not pulling up which dynasty it was that made Qigong illegal. They actually went through and there was a... Thank you for bearing with my brief information on that, but so there was a dynasty that came in and said no one should be more intelligent or more powerful than the leaders. So they killed the doctors, they killed the lawyers, they killed the teachers.
That's not six. That was
in China.
Yeah, Mao.
Mao. And then they had a major problem on their hands. China, like Qigong was illegal, martial arts were illegal, unless you were working for the military. They had a huge problem on their hands because all of a sudden people would get sick. They didn't have doctors. And towards the end of that dynasty, towards the middle to the end of that dynasty, they actually changed from Qigong being illegal to Qigong being mandated for every person that wanted to see a doctor. They killed their doctors. They had very few. So what happened was if you had an ailment, you got a punch card from your internal martial arts teacher, from your Qigong or Tai Chi teacher. You would go to them and get a prescription. Do these exercises. If you've got spinal problems, you must move your spine. If you've got heart problems, you must breathe into your heart and press it into the world like I am, you know, these are my words, this is not the Chinese prescription, but that is something that I actually specialize in. I help people find what they're struggling with, and then I will write a prescription, a few moves, a few forms of Qigong to work on what ails them. So they actually had to go for 2 weeks and get marked off by their Qigong teachers before they would be allowed into a hospital. If you can't take care of it yourself, then sure, Western medicine can help you. But so many of the things that ail us, we can change. We're actually incredibly powerful beings. If you never thought about breathing, you would breathe, unless you had asthma and you didn't. But if you focus on your breath, you can do a lot with it. It's a foundation of a lot of meditation techniques. What can you do to harness your mind? Focus on your breath and see where that takes you. Any other questions? Silent room.
Thanks, Mara.
Thanks, guys.